What I'm doing is I'm building a moon base. Is what I've been doing for the past few weeks, and this was the goal for the moon base. And what ended up happening was, well, it ended up looking like that. That was what it is. This piece of it, well, I was rushing, things were taking longer, I was doing really dumb things, and in fact from then on the less I talk about it the better, but the short of it is that this met a fiery demise, and this is the harvester unit of all of this, and I only end up with this piece of it sitting there on the surface, and right now this is exactly what's sitting on the surface, along with Phil and Bill Kerman are also on the surface. Now you might recall that they actually went on a little bit of a road trip, they got a little separated. Things happened there too. I've already taken them back and put them back in the base. I didn't want to subject you to the beginning of this stream, me taking like 10 or 15 minutes to drive them back to the base. So they're safely back in the base. The goal this stream is to try again with this piece, to get it there. Now I'm going to do a little bit of modification. There were some things that were less than optimal about it, but what I would like to do is do that. And I do have a contract, I'll show it over here, extract 600 units of ore from the moon, but that really is the minor part of this. I just want to get this base going. I want to fill up this lander, get the lander back up to the station that's in orbit about the moon. And speaking of being in orbit about the moon, also in orbit about the moon is Michael S. Kerman and his Hulk. He's in an orbit, or she? Does it say? It doesn't say. But they're in orbit of the moon, and I kind of want to try and rescue them as well. So I'm going to try and combine a couple of things together. Hopefully it'll all get done this stream. I'm pretty bad at being overly ambitious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the vehicle assembly building, and I'm going to bring up the rocket that did the deed last episode. So that was this one. This is the rocket. Ugh, it's a little bit big. That took those things there last episode. It actually took two modules. The top one here, which was just a big fuel tank and stuff, and this bottom module. Now, to be quite honest, this top part, don't care. You're gone. Bye-bye. That's going to be it for that. Let's change this here to the root. Oh, it already is the root part. That is good. So what we need to do now is get this part there. Okay. And so, yeah, I really don't think I need to do too much. Now, there's a couple of things I do want to do. Let's bring up Kerbal Engineer. I don't think this is going to take too long because I'm not going to rebuild and optimize this. I'm going to keep the exact same lifter, though clearly it is overbuilt for this mission now that extra mass is now off of it, but I'm fine with that. Let's take a look just though at the module part here. So I'm gonna take this business off right there, and this thing, see, there's absolutely no way that's right. Oh, KSP's got the idea right. Vacuum. Yeah. So this thing, Kerbal Engineer, it's confused by the staging, but KSP's given the right number of 799 meters per second of delta V, but a thrust to weight ratio of only 0.69. Now on the moon, like that's what a lot of people do, is they would go to here. Let's actually get rid of the contracts. I don't need to look at that. Switch this to the moon. There it is. Switch it to the moon, where the thrust ratio is 0.415, which is fine. Actually, you should be able to land it without any kind of issues. In fact, eventually, I did land it softly on the moon without any issues. But the problem is, I get really used to a thrust to weight ratio closer to 1 or a little bit more than 1, and I get used to how quickly that decelerates. Remember, you got to kill off all of that horizontal speed to get down there, and that's what got me going kind of in the wrong direction. So what I want to do first off is actually increase the TWR at the top, and all I'm going to do that is grab another one of these Twitch engines, go to 4-way symmetry. Is that gonna, as long as it's reasonably cement. There we go. And that now, I've just increased the number of engines up here by 50%. That's a thrust to weight ratio on Kerbal of 1.02 and a delta V of 783. Now the other thing I kind of want to do, oh, wait, there's some struts here. That's unnecessary. is actually reduce the amount of delta V on the sky crane, so the sky crane's not responsible for the whole landing. That was kind of a dumb way to go, quite frankly. And what I can do is use this transfer stage to do the bulk of the deceleration part of it, and then just use the sky crane for the final touchdown. I think that's a safer plan. So what I'm thinking is, let's start by taking these dudes off. That gets me down to 729. Let's take these off. And oh, there's some funky placed RCS block. Why do I have... Do I need RCS? Yes, I do. Why are they floating in the... I don't know. I think that's something... I'll take a look at that later. And replace those. I'm just noticing these RCS thruster ports just kind of hanging out. I do need them, but I don't know why they're where they are. And get into some cubic octagonal struts. Go 4-way symmetry. Flip them up. I'm the worst when it comes to figuring out... There? No. There we go. Do that. Do that. If I hold Alt... Oh, there it goes. It snaps. It'll hold Alt. What's that? That's now 470... I like that. 479 meters per second of delta V. We'll deal the bulk with this guy here. And that brings up my landing thrust to weight, too, of 1.17, because I have lost a little bit of weight with all of that. So that makes me feel, I think, a smidge better. Alright, so let's... What are the... There they are. So these... I don't know what... I think... Okay, so I needed the thruster blocks because this thing does have to drive when it's on the moon in order to dock. I guess they're up that high for a reason. I'm looking, and that's what these little thruster blocks are for, just to help with the driving, but they don't need to be that high. That just seems unnecessary. So we're going to bring them down. They just need to be a bit around this center of mass. The center of mass, if anything's going to... I'm going to put them here. Like that. They look a little better there, too. And then there's another pair right here. You can see them underneath. That should be fine. And these should only be on the forward, aft bit. Yeah, they're just for moving forward and back. We'll get to that. Okay. So, that's that. Okay. So... I think this is probably... You know what? I'm also going to get into action groups while I'm thinking about it. Action groups. Because I didn't set up any action groups, and that's just dumb. So on action group 0, we'll toggle this antenna. And you know what I'll also think I do? The only solar are these Gigantor solar panels. And I was extending that. I'm not going to do. And you know what? I'll only extend these when I'm down on the surface. So what I'm going to do is just get, for the amount of weight, a handful of oxstats, just like that. That'll be enough to power it on its journey. Boom, that's good. So now I don't need to extend the solar panels. It will land. Okay, back to action groups. I also want, when I deploy the drills, let's see, I'll put the drills on... No, I know what I need to do. I got these little wheelies down here. That's what I need to do. Yeah, so get the gear action group. These LY-10 small landing gears, they're tucked under here. I don't want them to be toggled to the gear. I want them on their own action group. So I'm going to toggle those onto action group 1. Toggle. And if you're not, they're for driving. I'll explain it when we get there. You'll find out how that works. So, why? Toggle steering, toggle lights. Why isn't there just a deploy? Am I missing something? Brakes, extend, retract. Oh my gosh, already off to a great start. And then there's 2 more there. Extend, retract. Okay, so that makes me feel better there. And then on the drills, rather than right-clicking on all the drills, we'll go to action group number 2. And I'm going to use those to just extend the drill. Deploy drill. Maybe toggle drill. Yeah, toggle drill. The 2 drills. And I'll also at the same time, these radiators have to be turned on, but they only need to be on when the drill's going, so we will activate those radiators at the same time. Toggle radiators, there we go. So that gets me some action groups going. Oh, this thing will have plenty of fuel. Oliver's talking about the burst of fuel, but I still have to put on this. So this guy's coming on. Let's take the booster bit off of it. So this has got... now that feels right. There, yes. This stage brings the total delta V, and again, Kerbal Engineer is not right, but the game here is right. Again, it's getting confused by the decoupler at the top. Of 2,964 meters per second. That's not as much as I would have. Wow. And a very healthy thrust to weight ratio. But I have written down. What am I? Oh, I already added the 1,000. Oh, okay. No, that's plenty healthy. That's plenty healthy to deal from the high atmosphere of Kerbal, in fact, to do the upper part of the orbital insertion to get in a low orbit, get to the moon, do the good chunk of the descent burn, and then stage, and then this can take. That's a lot of delta V, so I'm going to leave that. I think the thrust to weight ratio is also good, so let's put the booster on the bottom. Booster on the bottom is also a ton of... Oh, this has so much delta V because I've taken away mass, and I'm not going to change anything, so we're gonna be golden. No problem at all. Now, on action group 5, do I have the fairings? I do have that fairing. That one never needs to deploy. Yep, I'm good with that. So we'll build that fairing back like that, and we'll build this fairing, which is now going to be... Oh, we can go straight up. Oh my gosh, that's great. There. Round her off at the top. Beautiful. Clamshell deploy, lots of sides, and that should be on action group 5. Yes. Okay. And honestly, I think this is the actually only now the moon harvester module. Save that. And gonna have to tweak the launch TWR a bit. Not really much though. I'm good with that. Let's just go with that. Okay. Alright, now I'm going through the chat because I tend to miss things, and this is my chance, my last chance to see what I've missed. Don't want full RCS. You had trouble standing up on... Oh yeah, no. I just won't fall over. The RCS isn't now. Is there monoprop aboard this guy? I think there should be. Monoprop. 15 units of monoprop. Oh, it's just in here. Yeah, that should be okay. It's not a lot, but oh well. What about radiators on the top? There are radiators on the top. They're right here. They are already there. Radiators there. And if the booster will get to the moon and maybe stick to probe body and battery so you can seismic it. No, this guy, this here is going to, it'll get seismiced. It'll be dropped on descent. We will be suborbital when that drops. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm going to launch just oh no, I'm lying. Let's delete this. I'm lying. Because I wrote a note to myself that I want to deal with that this contract. This get Michael S. and his Hulk from orbit of the moon. So we got to return the capsule as well. That means I need to grab it. So what I'm going to do is... How am I going to deal with this? You know, I think I'm going to... I was going to put a... No, let's put a grabber. Yeah. Now I'm thinking out loud. You know what? let's just put on a couple more docking ports. We're going to bring up an engineer. I was going to build a little tug with a grabber on it and stuff so I can grab it. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to bring up Bill, our engineer, and we're going to have some... we're just going to grab some docking ports. And we're going to have to drop by the station to drop these off. Or do we? We can stick them to the lander. Yeah, might be the better plan. I'm making stuff up as I go, and that's never a good plan. Don't like him there. Where can I stick these? I can stick one of them here. Extra docking ports. Always scary when I make this up as I go. That's right. And then one more docking port. just trying to find a spot out of the way so Bill can rip this off. That works for me. Right there. Actually, maybe a little bit more this way so it's tucked a bit out for the fairing. Okay. Alright. So save and build fairing. Up we go. Okay, we're going now. It's funny, like with streaming, I can't help but want to rush. It's just one of those things. I just want to get her done. Do you have enough TWR for all this? Absolutely. Should be good. Famous last words. Okay, let's just check the staging. That should go there. That goes there. That goes there. Those are all those guys. That should be good. Save and launch. Okay, so this is that. Okay, let's just do this. So punch it. Yep. We're off. And part of the reason why I do rush a little bit more doing live streams, one is just I just want to get going. I think this is more sitting watching me build. I don't think is as much fun as just getting the mission going. But also, if I plan everything else out in meticulous detail, you don't give yourself an opportunity for things to go wrong, or at least far less of an opportunity for things to go wrong. And in my mind, that's kind of the fun in KSP. Like, my most pleasurable, memorable experience in Kerbal Space Program is when I've overlooked something, when something's gone wrong, when I've done something dumb, and yet I pull the mission out anyway. That's such a satisfying feeling. And sometimes you don't want to plan everything out, you know, to the nth degree. So giving yourself, this is again not pitching over very quickly. Oh well. I think it's a rather stumpy rocket. A little bit. Get back there, get that heading back on 90. I'm going to reduce the throttle. There we go. I do find it funny, this kind of Saturn V type of look that's meant to be like the equivalent, and it's quiet. It's so quiet. Okay. Whoa, I'm throttling up rather than throttling down. Nothing like having... Oh, the rescue contract. Rescue contract we're going to deal with. That's what the docking ports are for. I have a vessel in orbit about the moon. And that my plan is to get this module onto the station, fuel up that lander, get the lander to go up, and then I got it... we'll see. We'll see how much... No, I think... Again, I'm making this up as I go along. Get the lander to go up to the station. At the station, I have another vessel. We'll collect all our Kerbals together. We'll go out. We'll pick up Michael. We'll take those extra docking ports so we can also grab Michael's Hulk. And we're going to head back. That's kind of the plan. And we'll see how it goes. So the objective here is to get a fuel module. That's objective 1, to get that connected to my base that's on the surface of the moon. Oh, let's do the fairing. Boom. There we go. Still on this initial booster here, and there's a lot of delta V in the next piece too. So we should be pretty good. Saturn V mufflers. Okay, so let's see, 200 meters per second about still left in here. Almost at the end of that. Not too far from getting to our apoapsis too. Okay. Now we're on to this fella. It's just a, it's not a Poodle engine. It's not a Poodle engine. What is it? The Rhino engine. But I'm still keeping the thrust relatively low, letting my periapsis build a little bit. Oh, in fact, we're already in space. Goodness sakes. Oh my gosh. Just put a 0 on there, display our get our antenna going. Did that antenna deploy? Yeah, it did. It's right there. Alright, I'm going to let this get to 80 and then I'm going to cut the throttle and let myself catch up to my apoapsis just a little bit. Boom. Yeah, so we got docking ports everywhere. There's a docking port here, a docking port here, another docking port here. One of them is to attach this to the base, and the other two are for getting Michael's Hulk. Unless I've underthought something, which is always a possibility. Okay, let's time warp here a bit more. A lot of wobbling happening there with the gimbaling on the engine. Okay, throttle up. Just a little bit will do it. A little faster. Good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna just stick this on the normal vector. That's just so when we come around to the sun again, those solar panels will have some exposure. We're about to lose the sun, and now time to plot our trip out to the moon. Well, let's get rid of all of this superfluous information that we really don't need right now. Set as a target. Get her done, as it were. Get her done. Let's focus our view here. Back on the maneuver node. I know one of the things I miss, it's been a long time since I've played KSP2, but I do miss this little widgety tool in KSP2. I really like it. I find I can just set up the maneuvers so much more quickly. But again, maybe that's just what I'm used to, as opposed to it inherently being a better tool. That's entirely possible. Alright, so we're going to, let me just put the base on here. The base is over here, and it's at a latitude of 28 degrees, so I do need to put myself into an inclined orbit. I also have a station about the moon. That is going to be our destination, so we're going to go here, pick up some Kerbals, and then we're going to go here. That's the plan. But right now, I think that's okay for an initial burn, so a little F5, a little time warping. Put this onto free mode. And lock that onto the maneuver node. And you might recall after I completed this burn last time, I had just barely over 200 meters per second left in this stage. I'm clearly going to have significantly more than that this time around. That's mostly due to a mass loss. Lost a whole module at the top. Alright, where are we at? A little closer. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go. Hello from Norway. Hello from Canada. I should also mention while this burn is going that I always like to welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patrons and YouTube members, and my most recent YouTube member, or sorry, Patreon patron is Matt. Welcome aboard, Matt. I'm glad you could make it. That was risky doing that while I was doing a burn. But Matt was worth it. Matt was worth it. Maybe I should watch what I'm doing from over here. So welcome aboard, Matt. Really appreciate the support. Okay, here we go. Boop. Alrighty, and now what we need to do, stick that onto the normal vector again for the solar panels, is a little bit of a correction. It gets a little funky there. There we go. And I'm already coming in a little to the south, so coming a little more towards the south is probably a good idea. Like so. And a little prograde, a little more south, and a little more prograde. Keep an eye on what that is. And the idea here, it always helps to put the moon's orbit edge on and then your trajectory coming through edge on, so you can get a good feel for this angle. This angle right in here, not to this orange line but to the moon's orbit, needs to be more than 28 degrees. And going quite a bit more is never a bad idea. Even a little more than that. That should do it. Okay, and we'll go for a periapsis with the moon of around 11-12 kilometers. Something like that, I think. Oh yeah, that's plenty there. And that's so that, you know, we will eventually, as the moon rotates, we'll end up under this orbit. That should be good. Okay, that's that. How do I get the Navball to the side? You know, that's one of my most commonly asked questions is, how does the Navball end over here? So I'll do it, I'll actually show it. Is you go into the settings, and down here in the settings, one of these little sliders is, there it is, Navball position left and right. And you can literally zoom it where you want, you can scale it up and down. That's all there is to it. There's a lot of stuff hidden in those settings. Okay, F5 again. Get out there. Oh, this only tiny little burn. Not going to take 0.8 of a second to do it, so we'll reduce the throttle limit. Oh, I didn't realize that throttle limiter was already set so low. Yeah, I much prefer it off to the side. Well, I mean, KSP2 did. They put that Navball information off to the side. Keeps the center clear. I think it does look much better that way. I agree. Here we go. Okay. And we'll perform this guy. No reason to wait for the start burn time to get down to 0 because it was not that time sensitive of a burn. You can take your time with it. Good. You know what? Go a little hot. Yeah, I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go up to about 20 kilometers. And the reason for that is that does make it... the higher this is, the easier it is to land more precisely. I should stop with this whole like coming in on this silly shallow angle. It's easy. It's a little less efficient, but it is easier to come down more steeply. Okay. F5, let's, again, normal vector. F5, there we go. Hello from Greece! Check your Delta V. I did check the Delta V last time. I was being impatient. Also, last time, my ascent, not that this time it was particularly good, but last time it was worse. And I ended up using more Delta V just getting into orbit about Kerbin than I normally would. So yeah, I'm going to keep making excuses. That's what this is all about. Oh, come on. Let me click there. What if I just did here? Warp to here. There we go. Coming to the moon. Here comes the moon. What was the thing that really killed me last episode other than my impatience was the thrust to weight ratio on this sky crane. So that has been rectified a little bit. Oh. Let's keep you oriented the way you were. Okay. Now here we are. Here, let's get rid of the station. Don't need the distraction. That will become important later. Oh, here's where I can look at my inclination and just 46 degrees inclination. Again, it needed to be at least 28, so that piece of it's happy. Okay, that looks alrighty. And am I actually going to be... I've been getting jinxed with this the last couple of times and having to do these sort of duskish type of landings, but I actually think if I go for a landing here, I'm going to be actually in the daylight, which broad daylight, that is good. The other thing I've noticed about the base for the first time is that it is on the far side. Come on, over you go. Oh, I need that higher. 10 second. God, that's a huge engine on there. I bet you I could have put that down to a poodle. Whatever. Now it's going to be longer to that burn. But the base is on the far side of Kerbin, which means that, which is never where you would put a base probably in real life because of the communication issues. But I do have, somebody asked in the Discord just today about, that's not my communication network. Where the real, that one, there's my communication network, still operating happily. There, see? So it's communicating fine down there with the base. That's not an issue. Okay. Let's get ready for this. Time warping. And 3 and 2 and 1 and punch it. Yeah, that is a really powerful engine. I mean, I'm only at like just over 25% on the thrust limiter, and I started with it already reduced. I bet you I could have dropped a poodle on there, but oh well. Oh well, I like to say. Okay. There we go. Very close to 20 by 20. Let's orient this again for those solar panels. And for those people that don't know, I say a lot of the same things, but I know I get new people. Is if you want it to be straight up, that like, which is really funny in space, but with the default orbital camera, right? What is up on your screen is always the same, which is perpendicular to the ecliptic. In other words, Kerbin's orbit about the sun And if you want to, no matter what your inclination is, get yourself so that you're pointing straight up, and I'm doing that for these solar panels that are up there on the top. Get yourself on the north-south circle. So right now you can see I'm on that orange north line, but it continues right around the Navball and becomes the 180-degree south line on the other side. And just follow that line. You'll always end up perpendicular at 2 spots. This one on obviously the opposite spot. Okay. We've got to think about a landing. So I'm going to F5, and oh my gosh, it's tempting, isn't it, to go right here. I was just complaining about dusk landings, but that is really, really tempting just to go for it. It's coming up pretty quick. I could go for it on this side, where it's going to be a nice and bright daylight, but I'm really tempted. I don't think it'll be too dark. You know what? No, no more rushing, no more being dumb. Let's go for a nice... No dusk landings. We're going to go all the way around here. It's doing that weird, which it does sometimes. Oh, what's that one? That is the ion collector. Every once in a while, that kind of, it's busy working away on the surface of the moon, and every once in a while, it just sends a batch of science. Almost all of my science is being converted to funds right now, by the way, because I have completed the tech tree. I don't need the science. Oh, I think I completed a contract. Nope, it just says that it transmitted 40 science. Okay. I'm losing track of what contracts I have anyway. Okay, F5 again. Let's get this. Let's get this and do this. Okay. It's always a little hard to judge here now. Is it on this orbit? I think it's the next orbit I'm going to go for it. I think so. Next orbit. Not this one, this one. Yeah. So I'm going to go about a quarter of an orbit ahead. I'm going to start the descent. Now there's still 624 meters per second left in this stage, so this is going to be able to do most of the heavy lifting here, which is great. So the sky crane itself is not going to be doing a lot. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's always hopefully. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at that. Coming down in nice and steep. Yeah, I think that's pretty... well, a little more. Okay. And do I need to... That's a good question. Do I need to adjust this in a normal direction? I don't know. I think I'm going to be coming pretty close to being right over that base. I think it's going to be pretty good. I think so. I'll come a little higher here. Oh, I should set this as a target. That's always a good plan. Get myself a little closer. Start killing a little bit more speed. I do think I need to come. And again, I'm always planning to overshoot with this. Actually come off the retrograde vector and put a bit on the horizon, and also push the retrograde vector a little bit more so it's underneath that target. I want to bring it that direction a bit, while at the same time killing the speed. Okay. Not bad. Maybe a little more. Maybe I should actually look to see what I'm doing too. Put that here. Always switches the target. I hate that. I want it on surface. View on free. There we go. Okay. Oh, I can see it coming. I'm coming. Oh boy, I better gotta start killing speed. Now, one thing that's nice is I got a lot of thrust on this. In fact, I went too far. Not a lot of RCS, or not a lot of turning force, but a lot of thrust. Okay, what's my altitude? Oh, this way, come on. Oh, and I should turn on Kerbal, and I'm doing too many things all at the same time. Get that, whoops. Oh, not filling people with confidence, I don't think. There's the target icon down there, I see it. Turn off. There we go. Right there, I see it now. You see it? See that there? Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so surface speed is that. Let's turn this to that. Over 2 kilometers still of altitude. I'm coming in very steeply, so I'm feeling all right that way. And I got lots of fuel. That's a key to this. Okay. Going to be losing the... Let's actually stage. Gear. Oh boy, this is not wanting to turn. Why are you not wanting... Oh no, we're doing this all over again? Oh! Wow! Wow, I thought... Okay. See, I get cocky. I got cocky. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Too much confidence. Too much confidence. I thought I had this all... Oh my god, okay. And also not enough. Turning things off. Get rid of that. Yeah, go away that, go away that. Where are we? Oh, I'm way back here. Oh my god. Oh no, that's not too far back. Okay, we're going to try this again, and I'm going to do this better. That was terrible. Had a terrible time last time, and now I'm having a terrible time this time. You would think I'd never landed on the moon before. One more time around. Yep. You just really kill this early. Okay. Let's get this all ready. Yeah, there's not a lot of reaction wheels in here. Where are the reaction wheels? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, now put this on surface. This goes here. That goes on surface. There we go. Set this as a target. Do better. Do better. Okay, F5 again, so I don't have to go back as far again. The last time I got myself into trouble by F5ing too much. And F5'd myself in a situation where I could not recover. That didn't go well. I'm also going to increase the thrust here. Give myself more on that. Yeah, this was not... I guess I shouldn't be surprised. This is not nippy up here. Okay. All right. See, I got to come a little this way. There's a lot of just figuring it out just at the end there. A lot of fiddling with... Okay. Get a little closer. How far are we? 50 kilometers-ish. I'm going to do this more cautiously this time. Okay. This switched to target, which is really annoying. I want to keep that on surface. Nope. Going to be playing the KSP2 update tomorrow. Just the turnaround and everything was just a little tight for my liking. How are we doing here? Should be coming pretty close. Okay, I'm going to start pitching up so I don't have as much vertical velocity. I do have actually vertical speed here. I can easily keep track of it. I just don't because, you know, I'm dumb. Oh, I can see the target thing, so that's something. Saying where we're going to be landing. I got concerned also as where this was going to land and try making sure I don't bomb my station. That was the other thing I was thinking about. Or bomb my base with this debris. Okay, where is the target? There's so many icons there. If I go F4, I guess they all disappear, yeah. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to keep track of this vertical speed and not let that drop so much as I was doing before. Oh, that's my targets now. I'm coming short. Dope. Yeah, dope. I'm going to pitch up a little bit. Move that target icon. That's better. And just kind of keep it. Okay. Okay, there's 96 meters per second left in that stage. I don't need to be perfect. This thing can drive. I gotta remember that. Intentionally come a smidge short because the ground looks nice down there. Okay. Okay, about a kilometer up. Just put it down. That shouldn't be hitting the base. Famous last words. Still not a lot of TWR there. Come on! Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, so close. So close. Remember I said I wasn't going to let it fall over? That was some famous last words there. Where's the RCS blocks? Remember I hid them in here? There's one. Yeah, it's not going to stand up. Okay. Oh my gosh. If I ever do this again... Yeah, I landed. I thought I was all over it that time. Again, gotta remember there's not a lot of thrust to weight in this here. It's way less than you think. I was taking it way too easy. Oh, I should set that target again. Lost the target. Oh, it is set. Okay. Guess I'm just not close enough yet. No, that should be higher. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Put that on surface. F5ing again. Now I wished I put the full-size RCS blocks on the top, yes. It still would have been a pretty tough thing. I mean, this is such a tall thing. You know, I'm not making it easy on myself, which is obvious. Shouldn't have built this. There was no reason. Well, I guess it's got all those solar panels on it. How far are we now? 60 kilometers. Okay, watch that vertical speed. That's what I said last time, but... All right. Now, I'm not sure if I can see the target there or not. I don't think I can. Okay, let's do this. If I'm talking a little less, it's because I'm trying to concentrate a little more so I don't have to do this again. Okay, 300, just under 300 meters per second left on that. I do not see the target icon there. No, it's still well past, okay. Cut. I'm going to drop from a higher altitude this time. See if that helps. My horizontal speed, yeah, it's still mostly horizontal I'm doing. Cut a bit more. There's my target icon. I see it coming now. Boom, 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 boom. It's coming, sneaking in, sneaking in, sneaking in. A little short, boom. We are very high. Very high off the surface. Okay, cut. Let's just get rid of the rest of the fuel here and get down. Okay, gear, throttle. Okay, on surface. Cut throttle. Come on. Just going to keep it locked on retrograde and just watch my speed, which is what my problem was before. There's tons of fuel. Don't be worried. Don't be worried. Come on, slow down. See, I can just coast down at this speed now. Why wasn't I doing it like this before? I don't know, because I'm an idiot. Ta-da! It's there. She's there. Okay, we're going to do a very quick F5.